Do you have thin, low density hair like I do? Let me tell you something. I've been on my lock journey now for almost 3 years, and I remember when I was doing my research, thinking about getting locks, and I would look online and see all these images of people with beautiful, long, full, thick, luscious locks. And for whatever reason, I thought that me and my little low density hair would get our hair locked, and then magically over time my hair would transform into their hair. And you know what? That would never happen, because that's not how it happens. And now that I'm in the game for almost 3 years, I can tell you for sure it will never need to happen, because honey, my thin low density hair is popping. Case in point, here I am just 3 days after having my locks established. My hair was giving very thin. My scalp was feeling very cold because it was exposed. Here I am showing off my gorgeous low density. Anywho, today we're going to go on a sweet little trip so I can show you what it looks like to have thin low density hair and a braid out. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and answer your questions that you've left for me so that I can help you on your journey to locks with your thin low density hair. But before we get started, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, child. Let's go. All right, so here I am in my kitchen getting ready to prep my hair for my braid out. I am completely skipping the shampoo this go round because, as you probably know, if you are a loose natural or just based on your own hair, you already know what time it is, child. You know, our hair likes to shrink when it's, wet. So here's my little 360 or whatever. And here's a little tour. I just want to show you, give you a little close-up on my side areas. As I stated before, these are the areas where my density is at its lowest, and my hair is interlocked from root to tip. I have not colored. I have not done anything to my hair since I have been locked. And nor will I ever, because hair health is a thing. Hey, Nicole, I have very low density. How long did it take for your scalp to stop showing? Well, officially, I will be 3 years in April, and so far my scalp hasn't yet to stop showing. My scalp shows all the time, whether, I just had a retie done or if I am due for a retie. It just doesn't matter. Low density is just what it is, child. I have not had my retie in almost 2 months because of my rescheduling of my last 2 appointments. Now it will be another month before I get in. Any suggestions on maintenance? Yes. Please leave your hair alone. Low manipulation, low tension hairstyles, and above all, try not to shampoo your hair until the night before your retie appointment, and make sure you are not only braiding and banding, but that you're also paying attention to any locks, particularly along your perimeter or anywhere else where you normally experience slippage. That way you can protect those little babies and or point them out during your appointment. That is something that you want to really be careful of, because I always feel when I'm overdue for a retie, I always feel like, oh my God, look at my hair. My hair is so thin. Oh. Okay. Hey, Nicole, can you get these locks with hair extensions? Hey, yes, you can. You can get any type of lock on God's green earth with extensions. However, if you have thin or low density hair, I strongly suggest that you do not add extra tension to your hair. It will never be worth it. And if you think about it, I want you right now to just kind of grab, a little section of your hair at the bottom of your hair shaft and pull on it and feel that weight. I don't think your scalp is so happy right now. And after all, if you're going to enter into the world of locks, you kind of just want your hair to be able to finally take a breather, have a seat, take the shoes off. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long road for most of us. I hope that helps. And if it doesn't, let me know and I can always try again. I really do love answering these questions, you guys, so please keep them coming. I too have fine low density hair. I will be 2 years in July and wanted to have mine as small as yours, but my trainee strongly recommended that I don't due to my texture if I plan to let them grow long, so I followed her advice. That is wonderful to hear, because let me let you know something. Every lock is not for everybody. So whatever you think I have going on in my scalp, I want you to know it's because that is what my hair could give. I didn't request any certain size locks. I definitely would not have requested any size locks because I needed to trust the expert, child. You know what I'm saying? All right, 2 days later, here we are. We are ready to take my braids out. I'm excited. My ends are a little frizzy. That's normal to be expected. Yes, my ends are really open 3 years later. Isn't that something? Now this is a big reveal. I'm always excited to open up the first braid because I'm like, girl, my hair is going to be so thick. Well, okay, so it's all right. It's fine, you guys. It's whatever. See, this is a thing that people who have thick, high density, luscious heads full of hair will never really understand, is that when you don't have a lot of strands growing out of your scalp coverage is a big deal. Should I look for a loctician who specializes in working with clients with low density? Oh, yes, yes, and yes. I don't even know if there are any stylists who necessarily specializes in working with people with our hair type. And even if they're not, that's okay. I really have very little respect for the lock community when we talk about locticians because there is just so much fluck-ish out here in these streets, child. You know what I'm saying? This is why you want to have consultations, more than one if you possibly can, and you also want to ask the right questions. Do they have experience working with people who need scalp coverage? Do they have the expertise to tell you how your hair may possibly transform and or behave over time because they have clients that they've worked with who've had hair just like yours? Take the time to find a professional, mature stylist or loctician who really understands the nuances involved with working with, people who have thin or fine, low density hair, because our hair is not like everyone else's, and we need someone who is savvy enough, creative enough, and empathetic enough to really want to establish your locks so that they will look the best for you as they possibly can. And another thing that I want to point out to you now that my hair is completely open is because of my density level, I have to spend a considerable amount of time, 360, okay? A considerable amount of time trying to separate the locks, ultimately because I'm trying to get as much scalp coverage as possible. And I cannot stress this enough. Low density, your density is never going to change. Your density is never going to change. Ever, ever, ever. Your locks will change. The amount of strands on your head, or I should say the strands in your locks may change, but the spaces across your scalp are always going to be there. So my ultimate advice to anyone is just to really I didn't even tell you, the coolest thing happened when I was on my way to meet up with my girlfriends for brunch on the weekend. So I am so happy that I'm going to take you with me so you can just see the magic.
Today?
I'm doing okay, Daryl. So tell us what you're doing out here.
So we out here sending care packages that contain food, medicine, clothes, water, and other essentials to women and children in poverty.
That's
and
nice.
We're helping out here in America as well because we're Care USA at the end of the day.
How can we donate? How can we contribute?
So we do have our booths that we come and set up at different locations. You guys can stop by. We do have one of our major sponsors, Sony, Airbnb, or IKEA, matching every donation times 5.
Yes.
Yep. So we love for y'all support, and it only takes a second to donate to save a life.
What's the website?
Care.org.
Care.org.
Yep.
Okay, Daryl. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was so cool. So ultimately, y'all, I think that having locks, starting your lock journey with thin, fine, or low density hair is definitely possible. And more than that, I believe that your hair can really, truly blossom into something awesome and incredible. And just know that it's highly likely that Braidout is going to be a part of your lifestyle, just like they're a part of mine, because if I said it once, I said it a million times. My locks are popping. Thin, low density, no edges and all. Do you have thin, low density hair? Are you on your way to getting locks with thin, low density hair? Let's get the conversation started. I will see you guys in the comment section below. My name is Nicole. Thank you for watching. Bye.
I love you too.
Kisses for the gram.
Mwah.